Okay. Good morning once again, all my dear beloved students. आज जो पढ़ाने के लिए आज जा रहा हूँ वो है बेसिकली कोर्स कोड SOM-6112 कोर्स नेम सोशल स्ट्रक्चर। ठीक है, तो लास्ट टाइम में मैंने क्लासिकल थिंकर्स लिया था एमए में, इस बार मैं ले रहा हूँ social structure. Okay, so I think your other faculties have taken your other classes, right? So for today, I will be teaching you all the course code 6112, course name social structure. Okay. Okay. So before going into the details, going to the PPT, let me explain what will be the content of your course paper, of this paper. Okay. So हम लोग जो ये कोर्स में पढ़ने के लिए जा रहा हूँ वो है ब्लॉक 1 में क्या है, सोशल ग्रुप्स एंड स्ट्रेटिफिकेशंस. ओके, सोशल ग्रुप एंड स्ट्रेटिफिकेशंस. यूनिट 1 में क्या है, सोशल ग्रुप, प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी ग्रुप. ओके, उसके बाद यूनिट 2 में रेफरेंस ग्रुप, इन ग्रुप, आउट ग्रुप्स एंड ग्रुप डायनेमिक्स. ये सब हम लोग पढ़ने के लिए जा रहे हैं. यूनिट 3 में सोशल स्ट्रेटिफिकेशन, स्टेटस एंड रोल. यूनिट 4 में कास्ट एंड क्लास. यूनिट 5 में रिलीजियस माइनॉरिटीज इन इंडिया. ये है ब्लॉक 1 का स्ट्रक्चर. जो ब्लॉक 2 का है, स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इंडियन सोसाइटी. बेसिकली हम लोग क्या पढ़ने के लिए जा रहे हैं वहां पे, यूनिट 6 में विलेजेस एंड सिटीज, रूरल अर्बन लिंकेज. उसके बाद दलित्स, वुमेन्स, माइनॉरिटीज. यूनिट 9 में नॉर्म्स एंड वैल्यूज. यूनिट 10 में ट्राइब्स. ओके, ये आर द कंटेंट्स ऑफ ब्लॉक नंबर 2. ओके, जो ब्लॉक 3 में है, सोशल कंट्रोल एंड सोशल चेंज. सो यू ऑल टोल्ड दैट सोशल चेंज तुम्हारा सर भी पढ़ाया है, फिर भी यहाँ पे भी एक ब्लॉक है जो हम लोग सोशल कंट्रोल और सोशल चेंज के बारे में पढ़ने के लिए जा रहा है. ओके, यूनिट 11 में है वो है सोशल कंट्रोल, सोशल चेंज. यूनिट 2 एजेंसीज ऑफ सोशल कंट्रोल. क्या क्या एजेंसीज है सोशल कंट्रोल का, वो भी हम लोग पढ़ने के लिए जा रहा है. उसके बाद सोशल चेंज सच एज संस्कृताइजेशन, वेस्टर्नाइजेशन एंड सेक्युलराइजेशंस, ये भी हम लोग पढ़ने के लिए जा रहा है. ओके, उसके बाद यूनिट 15 में जो है वो है मॉडर्नाइजेशंस. ओके, यूनिट 4 में क्या है वो है फिर अर्बनाइजेशंस, इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन एंड अर्बनिज्म. ओके, तो ये है तुम लोग का ओवरऑल content of course 6112 based on social structures. Okay, so now let's go to our PPT. Okay, we will go to PPT now. Okay, so this is all about the block 1, social groups and stratifications. Okay, so इसका कोर्स का कंटेंट क्या है, बेसिकली social groups such as primary and secondary, reference group, in group, out group, social stratification and case studies. Okay, and in the last lectures हम लोग question and answers, check your progress भी वो भी करेगा. And lastly, we will try to conclude summarizing all these units. Okay, so इसका objectives क्या है, understand concepts, understand and examine major types of social groups and analyze the basis of social stratifications. Okay, ये learning करने के बाद तुम लोग को क्या मिलेगा, I mean what will be the outcome, तुम लोग को क्या ये subject से क्या मिल पाओगे. ओके, not only as an academician, also as a person and as a social beings. Okay, define and explain social groups and their core characteristics. ये पढ़ने के बाद तुम लोग को आइडेंटिफाई कर पाओगे social groups and their core characteristics. Okay, analyze and apply. जो तुम लोग ये पढ़ने के बाद तुम लोग analyze and types of groups found in society, वो भी तुम लोग को आइडिया मिल जाएगा. ओके, इसके बाद लास्ट में जो होगा चेक योर प्रोग्रेस तुम लोग को कराया जाएगा. ओके, सो व्हाट इज सोशल ग्रुप? ओके, तो you know, during undergraduation level, there is very less about the definition, about the terms of what is social group, social uh, types of social groups and all that. But since now तुम लोग का जो ये मास्टर डिग्री है, ये सिर्फ डिग्री के लिए नहीं, तुम लोग का भी जो मास्टर करने के बाद तुम लोग यूजीसी नेट दे पाओगे, तुम लोग पीएचडी कर पाओगे. इसलिए ये सब जो थ्योरी और जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स और जो यूनिट्स तुम लोग सीखने के लिए जा रहा है, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, so social groups according to McIver and Page is that human beings engage in social relationships. Okay, तो हम लोग सबको पता है कि सोशल ग्रुप क्या है. Okay, so you being in sociology, you will have some explanation ideas already given by the earlier intellectual scholars. Okay, so human beings engage in social relationships. ग्रीन ने क्या बोला है? shares one or more common interest or activities and has a organized structure. Okay, तो ये ग्रीन ने डिफाइन किया है. उसके बाद एंडरसन एंड पार्कर ने क्या डिफाइन किया है? देखो, groups are units of two or more individuals. Okay, so groups are units of two or more individuals. इसका कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स क्या है? कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ सोशल ग्रुप्स क्या है? इसका कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है म्यूचुअल अवेयरनेस, वन और मोर कॉमन इंटरेस्ट, सेंस ऑफ यूनिटी, वी फीलिंग, सिमिलरिटी ऑफ बिहेवियर, group norms. Okay, so these are the characteristics of social groups. Okay, types of social groups: primary, secondary, in group, out group and references. So types of groups क्या है वो तो मैं बता दिया है. डेफिनेशन भी मालूम होना चाहिए तुम लोग को. ओके, तो प्राइमरी का मतलब है छोटा अच्छा, फेस टू फेस, इमोशन बेस्ड, extended time period. Okay, so when it comes to primary group, it is more of an emotional, it is more of an face to face interactions, और वो small ग्रुप मीटिंग्स भी हो सकता है, वो है स्मॉल प्राइमरी ग्रुप. सेकेंडरी में जो है वो है थोड़ा लार्जर. इट इज बेसिकली नॉट ऑन इंडिविजुअल इंपॉर्टेंस, इट्स अबाउट द स्पेशलाइज्ड और इम्पर्सनल ग्रुप ओरिएंटेड. ओके, एंड लिमिटेड टाइम. व्हाट अबाउट द इन ग्रुप देन? A group to which a person belongs and identifies with. Okay, in group means a person in which he defines to be part of the group. Okay, is what known as in groups. What about the out groups? A group to which a person does not belong, to which a person does not belong and feels a sense of competitiveness or hostility. Reference group, it can be a group that strongly influences our behavior and social attitudes. Unit 2 में क्या है? Unit 2 is all about the reference group. Okay, in groups and out groups. Okay, in groups is all about us, social groups to which an individual feels they belong as a member. Okay, us. Then what is out groups? That is them. That is groups which an individual does not identity or identify. Okay, in group, a group that belongs one to and identifies with us in group vibes. So when it is in group, you try to say that it is we. Basically, when you go to suppose you are from Tripura, when you go for higher education, suppose in Europe, in Delhi or in Malaysia, then when you meet any Indian, you will say that we are Indians. Okay, we all of us are Indians. That is called in group. लेकिन जब तुम बोलेगा कि ये यूरोपियन है, ये अफ्रीकन है, ये अरेबियन है, तो वो क्या हो जाता है? अदर्स। ओके, दूसरों को बोलता है तो वो क्या हो जाता है? आउट ग्रुप्स। दैट्स व्हाई इट इज देम। लेकिन रेफरेंस ग्रुप में क्या है? रेफरेंस ग्रुप में है which you try to refer, which as an in group you try to refer to other group. That is called reference group. Group that people compare themselves to. It provides a standard of measurement of behavior and attitudes. Okay, so in terms of reference group, it is all about you, how you compare with other society towards in group society, or to which you identify yourself as us, we. Unit 3. What is social stratifications? Okay, a system by which a society ranks categorized of people in a hierarchy. It is structured inequality. Okay, basics of stratification are class, caste, status, power, gender, and roles. Okay, so these are the basis of stratifications. So when you talk of class, you can classify in terms of economic determinism, that this is financially class, this is rich class, this is poor class, this is working class, this is labor class. So these kind of classes are being defined by society on the basis of what? Economic position and income. So class is basically determined on the basis of income sources. Okay, so when you heard the term classes or the basis of stratification, it is all about based on economy, based on income positions. Okay, but when it comes to status, it all comes about the prestige, it all comes about the social honor. Status, suppose I am an assistant professor, a lecturer who is delivering a lecture to the students or to the masses. I have a status of being a lecturer. You have a status of being a student or being a government employee, or as a father, as a brother. You have a status, right? As an artist, as a dancer, as a musician, you have a prestige or a social honor. Okay, that is called status. What about power then? Power can be in terms of political, power can be in terms of physicality, power can be in terms of knowledge, power can be in terms of what? Dominations. Okay, so power, basically what we mean here is about the political influences. Okay, so what about the caste stratifications? In India, as you know that we have 4 varnas: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras. These are the 4 varnas which categorize the caste stratifications in Indian society. So caste is basically ascribed and not achieved. It is by birth. Okay, so caste society have all these stratifications, which is more or less unequal distributions of power, status, and class. Okay, however, in gender and race, it's all about socially constructed hierarchies. Like gender, when you come to gender, you say woman, man, female, male, feminine, masculine. So these are all kinds of gender and race, or black, white. And these are all kinds of socially constructed hierarchies which have been produced over a course of time in a society. Okay, so society is divided into layers of strata based on economic status, education, occupations, and more. Okay, it is not about individual differences, it's about group level differences that are built into society. Okay, sometimes people have access to equality educations, while other don't, not because of ability, but because of class locations, structure, and equal persistence. So this pyramids diagram, you know that how the stratifications provides unequal distributions of power, status, and economic status in a society. Okay. Now coming to unit 4, class and caste. What are the characteristics of caste? Caste characteristics are segmental division of society, hierarchy, restriction, civic and religious disabilities and privilege of different sections, restriction on marriage, lack of unrestricted choice of occupations. So this is very important. ये जो characteristics of caste ये आता है basically during your NET exam. Okay. So let's discuss about segment division of labor. So when you talk about the division of labor, so you know what is priest? Who are the Brahmins who recite mantras? Basically in Indian society, they were the Brahmin society, right? Who are regarded to be the pure against the impure. Okay, so you can relate with the segmented division of labor. So these Brahmins who are regarded to be the pure is categorized to be the higher section in a division of society also. They have more power, status in terms of caste hierarchy. Okay, they placed an important role in the division of labor. Okay, and hierarchy also similarly again this similar same like that of segmented division of labor, that how these Brahmins, Kshatriyas placed an upper role in society. Okay, till now ये सब जो कास्ट हायरार्कीज है और कास्ट सर्टिफिकेशन है अभी तक चल रहा है बेसिकली इन द central India and parts of Indian states, right, in north, but you see lesser caste society in Northeast India. However, there is, but in basically it is seen in the Hinduism society where they still restrictly follow the Varna systems. Okay, so restrictions. When you talk of restrictions, I would say that how an Brahmin women are actually not given the authority to marry the Sudras or the Vaishyas men or women. Okay, so there are still these restrictions that exist in the society. Okay, however, with the kind of modernization, with the kind of industrialization, all that restricted marriage or restricted food habits have been restricted, but there is still existence of all the restrictions. Okay, so I already said restriction of marriage and civil and religious disabilities and privilege of different sections. So I will just give an example of the Central Indian society cases, or okay, so where the Dalits or the lower section of societies were never given a permission to enter in the higher caste section of society, because the lower caste of society are regarded to be the what? Impure, and the higher caste are regarded to be the pure section of society. So these are all parts of restriction, division, segmentations of characteristics of caste society. Okay, if you have any query after the class, we will again I will discuss based on all these topics. Okay, and with the examples I will give you. Okay, though this is very important, okay, to understand as a being and as for the preparation of your NET exam. Okay, what is religious minorities in India? Constitutional measures for religious minorities. Okay, Okay, let's see. Who are the most religious minorities? Like you have the uh, Muslims, religious, and the Christianity, which is also part of religion in India. Then you have other Jainism, you have other animistic religion in parts of India. Okay, these are all small minorities religions which coexist. You know that India is a diverse state where various religious practitioners present in the society, right? So, so you know that the majority of the religious groups are Hinduism, which is one of the ancient religions of India, right? So, you know, in order to preserve, in order to recognize all those minorities, religious, there are also articles of why to preserve and prevent the discriminations of other religious aspects, to keep all the diverse religious aspects as respected and as developed by the minorities communities in India. Okay, so freedom of religion, Article 25, Article 26, freedom of manage religious affairs, Article 29, protections of interest of minorities, Article 30, right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions, national commissions for minorities. So these are all the articles, rights, implementations, okay, that were put up by the society in order to preserve and conserve the minorities in India. Okay, so all these articles you can just check up because this will be very much helpful for your MCQ questions. Okay, so now coming to the case study. Okay, what, because I was saying the front that in the unit I'll be discussing about the religious minorities in India and the articles and the gender aspects of stratifications. Okay, so as I have already said that gender stratification is the constructed stratification which has been in the society from the very ancient period. Okay, so you know men are always preferred in every aspects of social field. However, with the emergence of feminism, with the emergence of all these evolutions of equal distributions of power, that stratifications of gender has come to be a very important point to discuss in Indian society. Okay, so analysis here can be unequal distribution of wealth, power, and privilege between men and women. Okay, so basically, the gender stratification is all about the distribution or unequal distribution of men and women in terms of all aspects of society, maybe education field, maybe in the workplace, maybe in the various physical activities. So these are all point of discussions that needs to be understood when you understand the gender stratifications. Okay, so gender inequality. How? What is gender inequality? Gender inequality is about how the dominations or how the share power of men and women is distributed in the society. Because you know, even in the education sector, that the women's provisions or single child scholarships and various development activities for women has come up. Why? Because to keep all these gender equality into equilibrium, so that there is no questions of why man, only man, why only not women, why women are not capable, why only men are capable, why So these kinds of question has arisen which have led to the gender equality. So understanding gender inequality in aspects of stratification is very important. Okay. So coming to the class summary, let me just gist the summary so that if you have any queries regarding this block, then we may come again. I will discuss. You are always free to discuss, and I'm always open to such discussions. Okay. So social groups are defined by interaction, shared identity, and norms. Groups vary with primary versus secondary, in-group versus out-group. Stratification is structured inequality based on caste, class, gender, and power. So, your evolutions, check your progress, can be define and describe types of social groups, discuss the constitutional measures of religious minorities, describe basis of social stratifications. Okay, these are the check your progress questions which I have put forward so that you all can understand what we have learned today. Okay, so this is the class for today. Any queries, any questions we may discuss. Okay. Yes, Mr. Ahir, Kaushik, Mr. Debrabarata, and Mr. Suresh. Anything to ask on social stratifications, social group and social stratification? Anything? Okay, I hope there is no questions. So, next class, I will be joining with you all at 1 p.m. Okay, sociology of religion, or 1:30 I will join with you all. Okay, so that's it for today. This PPT is already shared with you. Please check. Okay, and let me know if you have any queries about this course paper. Okay, that's it for today. Bye bye. See you all in the next class.